be really strong here, especially if he can win the 1v1 against Verno.
It's going to be the playmaker in this particular spot, MIBR.
Who's that pushing, Vic?
To the side itself, but dominating this angle right here, Verno wins out. Vitally important one, so A-Main no longer a worry.
Little impatient.
Can settle in a little bit here, and they're digging deep into the extremities of the side.
Not loving it, not loving it.
It's going to be a very difficult retake to try and attempt if you are Cloud9.
They've got so much post plant
this round's over.
For this.
Yeah.
Fragment grenades, salvos coming through, pull on the post plant as well. It looks almost impossible for Cloud9.
There's the nade flash in your face if you add sin, but you just want to be buying time, staying alive for as long as humanly possible. Cloud9 able to dissect various portions, but as you said, the post plant util a little bit too much to overcome, to be honest.
And Aspas got a 3K. Wrap this up. Let's call it a day. It was fun while it lasted.
Rotation here by Cloud9. So them already following up a lot of the sound cues.
Mitch is already outside.
Yeah, weaving their way in, just trying to weave in and out behind the flash up and over. And
good flash.
Coming through. That's Zeppa following up. Nice little two-piece on top of it. Classics in hand. There's only so much you can do. Well, not been able to do a decent amount of damage here, but all wrapped up here for MIBR. Second round on the board, be able to reclaim some of those guns.
I think it's such a perfect agent for him to play. You heard, I believe it was Oxy who said that he expected all the best Jets to be playing Waylay. Well, this map he's not, but Aspas locking that down.
My humble king doesn't consider himself one of the best Jets, apparently.
Oh, Phantom moment.
That's a big kill to find onto net. So this one, it feels like a full B push from MIBR. They do all of their same protocols, but then they double swing through double doors. So they're adding layers onto what they showed last time. Remember, last time was only the first time that MIBR had showcased this Waylay comp. So you know that C9 are going to have looked at those VODs. You know that they're going to be expecting certain things. And MIBR's coaching staff are adding twists onto what they showed previously. Like this one. A fake full B hit.
This noise cut is looking decent.
And going into Yoru comps, these long pauses in the mid round are so strong, being able to time out that gate crash. And as it fades, they'll slowly start to walk up towards B. Only two defenders
Zeppa's here as well.
Big knife against the back wall here. Mitch is under.
Holy shit, util.
Heat's being turned up against him, flash in your face as well. Needs a bit of help and a potentially run and gun is ordered up here from Artisan. Reset of the game, rifle in hand, Zeppa.
Big recovery.
Above. Leaves it into that 2v2. Oxy. Creeping, crawling up the angle. Cortesia, sharp, precise.
Vic 1v2.
Onto it, defends it, gets the plant down now.
No.
Vic in a very awkward spot. Has to isolate these fights nicely and just weaving in and out.
Cortesia, bro.
MIBR again finding a fairly open B site here.
It's all slow to begin with here.
Wow.
Through mid, but they just cannot root out Cortesia.
Josh, you're so on the money with calling out Cortesia, because he just has such unbridled confidence moving all the way from Brazil.
Wait, he has the glow. I've never had the glow.
He does not seem to skip a beat outside of his very first match in this league. Kickoff was all about them playing basic, boring comps, executing on them really well. Aspas having incredible individual performances.
Why do I feel like Psalm started the bum thing?
Like I said at the beginning of the cast, they're starting to pick up more interesting comps. They're starting to play more on meta, and I think we're seeing more strategic depth and interesting stuff alongside just the great team play and individual confidence that these kind of strong Brazilian teams have always been known for.
Frod's talked about that in interviews too, and he said that one of the things that they really needed to work on was, at the time, they weren't sure what direction the meta was going in. And so they didn't want to put their eggs in one basket too early on. And after Bangkok, I think it was, listen, there were different ideas about where the meta was going, whether it was double duelist or whether it was Super Tejo focus. But when you pick up somebody like Verno and your roster doesn't necessarily flex super comfortably into double duelist unless Artisan's having a day or something, I think it just makes perfect sense where MIBR are headed.
Going to be a quick clean up towards the end of this round.
Me and him!
Online just attempting to see if they can get any cheeky pickoffs, so they're going to be going down to the Spider Zeppa. Last one left. 4 rounds in a row now for MIBR.
A lot of that is to get Oxy time with the operator. Instead, it's going to be over towards A, though, in another one of these brawls.
Yeah, going for the clash here. MIBR biding their time. You can see Util is primed, waiting. Artisan is holding it. It's going to be probably a flash overhead. Yeah, and here comes the peek into play. Goes pound for pound, though.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
All of this, and somehow Artisan's the one who's taking contact, taking point. And this is MIBR being dismantled in the process. Just trying to play and weave in and out here, but caught into the corner. Verno's got nowhere to run. Left up to Cortesia and Shannon. See if they can pick up the pieces and make something of the rest of this round.
They're so far.
He's looking for a gap on the trip.
Oxy's got an operator on the other side of the map. They have to retrieve the spike in A main.
This game is so slow right now. I think I'm freaking out
at this point.
Tejo drone clearing out. Looks towards Secret. Spots
Oh,
the
we
Secret's
got a lot of
completely clear.
scans.
Now Aspas can think about ulting maybe
Damn
towards
kill.
Flowers.
He saves it.
In the midst of all that
Oh!
as well, and here it is, convergent pass in through the back, because that's a big connection to multiple players.
Oh!
Keeping these players
Oh!
into position, trying to escape to the side net.
Damn.
The slightest of pockets
Unfortunate
to
for
try and play
Aspas there.
in. Now making their ways forwards. It's a no command, let rip, but as it emanates
Verno, what do you got?
out, it just points the perfect
There's a
direction.
flank, Verno, there's a
Zephyr
flank.
Spam through the wall and off onto the flank.
Oh
Oxy, bide
my.
your time, wait it out. You've been handed a freebie. He's going to claim it. It's left now just to Shanum.
Last player standing.
Spike down, he's got a lot to do in this spot.
Zephyr-
Tap of the spike to force out that pull, almost ISOing these
Yeah,
fights.
be
with
there,
an attempt
teammates
of it
main,
still
can
with a
he?
Cloud burst.
Oh my god.
And up in the air, that's Oxy, shorty in hand. Already crossed though behind the box. Oxy has to account for multiple angles here.
Did you see the upper?
Snapshot broken as well, so Cloud9 still able to double up. Seppa not being forced off this angle.
What?
There it is, wide face in the end. That's Seppa with a bit of spam to force them out wide into the open. There's plenty more targets, so where that
Repeat,
came
you won't.
from.
Repeat again, you won't.
Guys, this guy is tearing them asunder.
Go wide then. Go wide then if you're like that.
That's
What I thought. You better stay back.
Doubled up discipline on show here by Cloud9.
Oxy wants more.
Ah! I couldn't stop myself. You got me.
Straight through the wall. Thumbs out
Just
Oxy,
like me
but
for real.
A lot more to do where that came from for MIBR in a 2v4 spot.
Vic's already in their spawn. They're fully encircled here.
He couldn't resist.
That's what Oxy did in the previous round too.
He literally
So
couldn't
C9
resist.
super happy to push out behind and either trap them in or flank them as soon as the Vice dies.
What the
Vic
f***?
should just be able to seal up this round up. It's being cleared to some degree, but Addison just not quite ready for it.
Attacker spawn.
Onto that angle.
Oh, he got him
20 seconds left.
fast.
Have to spike.
Shannon gets himself a pick. But in terms of an open side, it's a different ask, isn't it?
The rest of C9 though, they are actually starting to book it over to A. They think there's enough time for Shannon to be running in that direction. Shannon
saving,
is getting himself a cup of coffee
Yeah, he's
over
chilling.
here. But this round definitely feels like they're just walking straight into Oxy.
There's a lot to
Wow.
consider. What a snap.
Look at the
Straight up
flick of the
Aspas
wrist. Flick of the
removed,
wrist.
taken out of the fight.
Sweaty game, bro. For
have
real.
lost mid-control,
Also, I
but
hate this map still.
There'll be a lot
but-
of unknowns
All right.
swirling around Cloud9's
Yeah, I
head,
think
in terms of
The
we've
early
lost
part of the
connect
game is sometimes
Zeppa
slow.
has the position to punish this
Later
solo
it'll get
player coming
exciting.
down long, and that's the spike.
Knife thrown, and oh my god, stomping up through B long. That's a critical kill at that. Zeppa taking out Steel Garden. An abundance of util now being thrown
Damn.
forwards and straight into the two players waiting it out. MIBR in a very good spot. Cosmic Divide partitioning this one up as well. It's blind fires from the Shockies, an attempt to try and dismiss most of this one, and the adjustment of Oxy just not quite on target. And at this point, Cloud9 going to be considering different course of action. They
It's just
pick
not
up that
enough.
operator,
It's just not
and they don't even
enough.
want to play into it.
Not enough.
Yeah, especially with Vic being able to retrieve the op. This is definitely a save call here.
Aspas is like the Vice and Giacomo is like...
And Hunter's Fury, hold on, this is a bit reactionary. Mitch is looking to try and
Who
punish
that?
it through mid.
Like, I don't know.
Shots, and Vic just lands a shot onto Artisan. He was cut up away, isolated from the rest of his team.
Like simple. Yeah. Straight up. It's just
Realize the
crazy.
spike has been dropped in such an open location, because otherwise they could be taking a fight over towards here.
Their
Oxy,
backs are just open completely towards us, and Aspas may have just realized he has the timing. Oxy just picks
Wait,
back around
Oxy.
again, understanding that, wait a second, massive opening, and right under sewers, just being caught out into the water. Shanum no more, 2 versus 4. Cortesia
Save?
attempt as well to salvage the round. Now the spike
2v3.
is in the hands of Verno, and they're making their way to an open site.
Are you guys spamming hearts?
They are, but there's still an early warning Cypher trip down long.
30
And
seconds
I'm not sure
left.
how much is left on that gate crash. No, it dissipates. So it's going to be very long rotations from C9, even with the perfect info off this Cypher hat.
Verno got stunned up there.
Promise you
Right, a trip
people-
still is going to be able to stick this plan down.
Promise
in
you
time.
people will realize Oxy is the best player in the world.
realizing.
He just needs a stable team around him.
A beat with this one
Holy
still. MIBR
glaze.
doubled up. Verno and Cortesia. Salvo's online for Verno as well to stall and delay this one, but you can see them aggro, aggressive positions. Looking to see if they can turn it into a 2v2 before this retake even gets started. Oxy trying to clear most of the
Hey, yo,
way.
you still
He's
here?
Wide though, and his team nowhere
No,
near
I'm just
still,
kidding.
but
Oxy is
almost
goated,
there
though.
in time. Leaves it just down to Verno. primed, holding it with the salvos.
Wow, I think he wins.
Tap, forcing these players forward, stunned up. Has to
I think he wins though.
Every single fight coming in his way.
Oh.
And there's just enough time on the clock
Never
for
mind.
Cloud9 to win
Damn.
that.
Close.
God, it would have been mad there.
Close.
If
The
stun
stun
had actually
almost,
won the
yes.
round.
The stun almost slowed him down enough
back over, but
that he
still
was
had a
late to
minute
the
and a half.
spike.
The brunt of this, the only noise they've heard on B.
Gotta go to pick up back mid once more though. No util to Cloud9 and this knife.
I go Radiant or I go Bald.
The back of the horse here.
We'll try to figure out
Opportunity
what
to
that looks
send
like
it in. That's
tomorrow.
what MIBR are really looking for here. They got to time up their util correctly.
It's been a while.
Zeppa has his ult. They're happy to play full retake
Not
here.
in
Might
one
even
day,
consider
no.
pushing through a flank.
We'll give myself a reasonable amount of time.
Counter spam in order as well.
Where it's not too easy or not too hard.
Spotted though, and now getting a bit of a run on and a move on.
Oh!
Sight. Cortesia not to be removed. And
We'll
now
see. We'll see tomorrow.
Firmly embedded in through mid. This is causing all sorts of worries into the back of the Cloud9 players' minds. Dimensional drift out wide, doubled up.
Damn.
And a swift dismissal. That's Aspas in through the back of the horse, rifle in hand.
MIBR.
Seals up the round.
That round is just all Cortesia in mid. Trying to flush any lurk that's there, be ready to fight back through, maybe even a push a flank in if this does turn into an A execute.
They know that Cortesia has been fighting pretty aggressively on the lurk, so if you pick him off, then suddenly the Vice wall's down.
Just spotted out. Tagged up there, slow to a crawl. One bullet to the head will finish him off here. Open access though. They might be able to get themselves into the A site, get a plan down.
You don't even need to flank retake here because you're always worried about the flank as MIBR.
It's
the threat's
wall.
there.
Armageddon, this is a lot of ults being layered down on top of it. Saturate to try and slow them to a crawl. Fights being taken in through the back of the site. The positions you can play in, kind of isolated right now. There's a lot of chaos thrown in. Time ticking though with a spike drop down here. And Shayna pushing back, looking for that free fight. Leaves it just down to Verno. 1v3. Flash through the wall. Instantaneous is the trade-off there by Zephyr, so no attempt to hold his ground.
The anti-KO setup as well. Both of these trips being thrown down. Cypher not going to get turned off.
Picking a position to get out though, and Aspas will save his ult.
Yeah. Nice speed straight in. His trips are awkward. Ocean's 11-esque, but going to be saving a conversion pass now for this retake. That's going to be primed, ready, waiting now for Cloud9. Still suppressed for the time being, but a quick pick-off onto Artisan. Here it is. Slowed down now, in through the back, and this is it. The go button has been hit. Aspas looking to lay claim to a couple of more lives where he's at least hunting, but now scurrying straight backwards, and there's Oxy in your face. Shorty in hand once more still. MIBR have control of this one, but it's quickly being wrested away from them. There's a 2v2 scenario. Cloud9 in the midst of it. First tap, forcing out that pull. Salvos are on 4 next. That's Verno here. Zephyr. Another tap, forcing it wide. He is stunned up. Bit of damage into the process. Time is of the essence. Half win cons earned, but no kill off the backside of it. That's 7-5.
Oxy and Zeppa were great in the
All right,
first.
let's see this
they have
pistol.
a fight towards
7-5.
Art.
I didn't see the last couple rounds, but it's all right.
This
This is when the match gets spicy. One.
Bit of bait, and
He always gets his one.
Anyway. Bullets flying through into the box.
Getting one is even good there for him, to be
Yeah, it
honest.
is.
They were completely pre-firing his position.
Zeppa's been embedded in A main. The team will call back towards him.
That pass.
And Zeppa, despite being down 5-7, has been a monster individually. Will have his opportunities in this attack half as well, especially with Oxy going down, because it puts more
I haven't
pressure
watched
on
in a
him.
while. Who's the top 3
Tip the
teams?
spear.
G2, Sentinels.
No gate crash to get
True.
in this time. Just has to contact that with the team.
Down right to the side. With a spam from the pixel angle. That is
That's gonna be weird
ridiculous
about it, but that's
stuff
the
from Zephyr,
truth.
and he's going for even more here. Laying siege to the site, and there's A available. Plant down now, extension into the round here for the pistol. Artisan. Stallone making this play. And, wow, okay, net was low enough here. Rapid turnaround.
Are you guys
MIBR
saying
finding
bro
their
said
ways
send
back
question mark?
into
Are you watching
his
these fucking
potential
games?
Pistol, but return of the fire from Mitch. Drop down into pit. Cortesia's going to know at least where one of the players are, but
Well, clearly you're not.
Vic
Cortesia wins this, and Sentinels is not top 3.
tucked to the side, and the gamble goes.
And he
the way of
lost.
Vic here. Cortesia just not checking the corner.
What?
Did his keyboard stop working?
He
He pulled.
Why are you trolling?
He's trolling.
Couldn't get to the spike.
But also, like, he's not even the one that gets punished for
Oh
this.
no,
because his
Artesine has a
teammate dropped him
stinger. He got an op.
Artesine, you
Oh
legend.
my
But
god.
Artesine just gets the most
close to
You guys
troll anyone
shafted.
could possibly get trolled. He's got no armor and a stinger. Aspas, you better pop off this round, mate. Well, up in hands. He's going to get his chance. Whole multitude of targets. Oh, now he's refracted into the corner. They know exactly where he is.
Oh my God.
Spam just finishes him right off. Uh-oh.
Minus 4,700.
That is
Another
not
retaking.
ideal, and this is flooding in
Artsy with the
fast
stinger.
as it happens.
Artsy with the stinger. Keck W.
He's
Oh.
got nothing. Down to the side. He's weaving in and out, though, past these smokes, and again, that's going to be the stun. Lay it down into the back of the hall still. Suppressive fire, lay it down by these Cloud9 players. Looking to try and
Zeppa.
combine their might, and Zeppa with a cleanup. Trade, instantaneous Shanum.
What a jiggle by Vic. Wow.
So of Lev, they were talking about it on the couch. And he's holding double doors. But he's doing the gun game here.
Yeah.
Bruno?
Players down and A gets tagged into the process. I think he's hiding his intent there. He had the pistol out. But Cloud9 are going to be walking into him. Updraft up and over. Just spots the head.
Oxy, what is doing? What is Sweetheart Oxy doing?
Out of the sky.
You re-peek after he spotted you? Brother.
Still kicking out through the back here. As a dimensional drift earned up for Zeppa. He's going to make a go of things now. Just try and spot out these players. In through the smoke. That's 3 sighted. It's going to be fading at a moment's notice here. TP
That
safety,
is
and there's
cringe.
chaos happening in through connector. Gun seeking to be reclaimed here by Artisan. Does actually end up picking it up.
Wow.
Tucked
He's
to the
living.
side. It's an important fight for Net to win out.
Wow, he got him. Nice.
Disciplined by Addison, not enough to really survive into the midst of all of that.
3v4.
Divide.
What do they got for
It's gonna be
post?
isolating, cutting up the site
Not much,
to
just suck.
some degree.
Can
MIBR looking to see
they
if they
cover
can
the
get
diffuser?
themselves
I'm gonna stick it, you
into
cover
this
me.
one.
Oh, they're not even on.
Smoke blooms up.
They
Ball's
could
gonna be forced
be
out nice and
on
early
it.
here. Cloud9 still working with that player disadvantage, but a bit of spam might just seek to correct that, and indeed it does. Cortezia though, spamming away, sticking away. Someone
You
needs
can't
to
beat
get on
them.
this.
You cannot beat them in the regular season. And that's just not MIBR's fault.
Yeah, MIBR have had a couple of tragedies here to open up their defense. They are going to be relying on a big individual round, I think, from Aspas at some point here.
Am I first C9 here?
He does have the Hero Guardian this round, but not in the best position to get value. He might have a chance.
I just want to see a funny match.
Members of C9 heading his way.
Slow and steady though, it's going to create openings for MIBR
But yeah,
to
probably
capitalize.
C9.
Trying to rip off a head or two, Cortezia feeling the heat, and a couple of bullets to the chest, still alive and
Wow.
kicking Aspas. It's a filthy off angle. Now he needs to dominate this position up through B long. Still taking point. It's a light speed as well.
Whoa.
Getting dodge, so it's going to be a constant nuisance now at the back of the minds of these Cloud9 players, and they were to try and take a fight a little bit further forward.
Left.
Not anticipating these angles here. Jump spot
Got one.
reveals the hand anyway. It's a gun given up and over. Mitch in a very difficult spot. The squeeze being applied to him. Salvas out wide. A flick with an adjustment. Mitch could be an absolutely legendary play. Cooked up 7 bullets left to work with. Just needs the timing. Just needs to take it. Waiting for the player to wade right in.
No, I don't like that angle.
It's
He should have
over
gone
now.
wide. I don't like that angle at the end.
Denies a chance
I don't
of
like the
greatness
angle he
there.
held. He should have kept peeking
That was a
out.
disgusting
Bruno
shot.
would not have expected it.
The
I thought he would go
180 flick to
wide.
make that. He's got the stampeding hordes.
There's going to be a clash developing. Flash into the face. It's going to force that refract immediately straight back. South.
Oh, this ult.
Trying to be used. It's going to ease the pressure that's coming out their way on either side. Maybe a
the
connection on a
fuck?
player or two, and Shorty's into the smokes. Oxy, you will be able to find that value. Convergent pass in.
What is happening?
Bruno, dominating his position.
What
Slow to
the
a crawl.
hell?
Nobody can lay claim to the site with reinforcements arriving. MIBR. So quick to correct the course of the round.
Oh,
Drone off to the side, and as I say that, Vic, you found that one, Armageddon out. Oh my goodness! What is going on? From the brink, Cloud9 just bring it straight back. And they leave it into the hands of Cortezia to see if he can make anything of this round at all.
C9 walking all the way back through spawn to B.
Is that even Verno's fault for his teammates dying and then
Cortezia
him
does have a bit of
dying
util there,
because of
maybe
it?
a flash to get info.
No, I think they've completely cooked him. I mean, he has no idea at the moment. They could be looking to still finish A. They could be clearing out
Teammates'
different positions
fault.
on the site. Only
How
just
did his-
now is he
how did
thinking
Vic
about
get
backing
through
up and
there?
headed towards the other side of the
30
map.
seconds left.
Cortezia is
And this is going to be so
feeling
tough
it,
because Vic, Mitch
but-
could be positioned in any number of a multitude of spots. Especially if they bait this wall out. Oh, that's not a bait.
Hard committal. Yeah, Mitch.
But
is
they don't know
locked
if it
off
was bait,
for just
though.
a few seconds.
right.
No worries though. Slow play by Cortezia.
I don't see how he can deal with Vic up in heaven.
Flash didn't connect. He needs to ISO a fight. He needs to find someone
Astra.
at least, a straggler.
You made noise.
Potentially. He's sniffed out the position of Vic, but Vic is just
MIBR through.
on point today.
Wow.
We've got to see a replay of how he's managed to salvage that. I mean,
It's outstanding, and it's shades of the last match Vic played on that ascent. I think a 6.0 KD against Leviathan. He was incredible there. And in this round, I mean, Verno nearly did it.
They
3
overpeaked.
shots
Yeah,
from
okay,
Vic,
buddy.
my God.
Wow, Vic.
Yeah, they're trying to.
Vic went
hold the
Vic's been
crossfire
going
there.
crazy a lot.
That's a 2v4.
Patazia,
He was injured, or was
while he
he?
was praying for it.
Was that what caused his break?
But C9, again, they do such
Damn.
a good job of navigating these anti-eco rounds.
Beautiful shots.
His wrist injury, I see.
Ivor Artisan, he's worked his way all the way in here with a shot.
No way, he didn't get one.
Those shots missing.
Bro,
rifles.
C9 are just
Oh my.
manifesting a win.
As soon as the round begins, essentially, they get themselves in and get the plan down for Cloud9. There was definitely
How the
danger
hell?
here in the form of MIBR potentially being able to do something about it, but it leaves Aspas with only a Sheriff and a 1v3. Zephyr low enough that a single shot to the body will do it. But he's going to find any of these fights, and I think the discipline that's been on display so far by Cloud9. Not going to look to let
Bro wants
anything
to save,
slip
I can
too
feel it.
much, as I say
Bro
that
wants to
in
save,
heads.
I can just sense it.
Peeking out wide, time's ticking away, and with it, options and chances to win.
And this is where the vice wall is.
Keep drone down. There's a lot of presence, actually. They hear this rotation with the footsteps. Drone's going to be broken.
Does he want to go for
Immediately,
this?
Oxy can get out if he chooses to.
Just jumped over the
Salvage
wall.
over the top. They're going to try and double play this one. Forward. Short.
You blocked
Get
me!
this guy.
You
Make a
saved me!
mockery of the game. Plays in net.
Look, everything is
perfectly.
going C9's way. It's actually
And now the
wild.
map has just exploded. MIBR is scrambling to close off the middle here.
Try and pick up any sort of information they can.
Oh,
And kills are found.
Jinx.
Cortese again to be that difference maker.
Jinx is
Two-piece
real.
Oxy and net cleaned up. In through main, Shanum.
What was that? Don't let it rip?
Cloud9 players are going to be steadily walking into him, and they are
God damn.
closing in the net. MIBR working their way in behind. Critical kill. Shanum collects that one, leaves it into the 2v2, and are they going to be expecting this fast off onto the flank? Cosmic Divide cuts up the sight. Stalled out here by the Thorns for now, buying time for MIBR to get these rotates. It's all about whether or not they expect Aspas to be in a position that he's in. Steel Garden is good. Even better, denying all these weapons, and Aspas has been given that perfect
Double
timing
1v2.
again. Immediately capitalizes, and it leaves it all to Zephyr. Very difficult spot to be placed in. 1v2. Aspas not choosing to play main, just trying to play tucked up close here. Spike, diffuse in order, already found the first one.
Damn!
And a kill on top of it for Cortesia. He doesn't stop.
Nice
Those are the
try.
rounds. MIBR, they're going to go for their second mid-reclear of the round, and they might have a brawl.
Very proactive. They're going to be meeting a lot of presence, as you mentioned. That brawl, the timing is taken against them. And
Oxy with two? Where?
clean off. Oxy rifle in hands, now making moves. Quick play over towards A. Now look at the shortest one up as well. A fight to potentially be taken. It really is Shanum on a bit of an island. Updraft though, how do you deal with that one? It's a high-low setup, and Oxy clean sweep so far. He's looking for E.
Ooh!
Ace! Ace on
Dash.
the cards. Dash
30
active.
seconds left.
You know, this guy is hunting, clamoring for it. He knows
Vic!
it, and Vic steals it away.
Tragic.
All smiles.
Tragic.
All
No,
smiles
no,
on
all
my ass.
smiles.
Oxy's
Well,
pissed.
some smile.
That's a smile of like, haha, yeah, thanks, man.
Haha, yeah, we won the round.
Appreciate
Fuck my
it.
ace.
Working for iBuyPower, why are you upset?
This 2K from Oxy seals the deal for what should be the map at this point.
What the? Why is Wyatt
That attack's like
tweaking?
calling where you
Why
move
is Wyatt
back
tweaking
into
on the
mid to try to
mic?
catch the reaction.
Why is Wyatt tweaking?
MIBR on B playing much more hard anchor setup than we saw from C9. There's Cortez here, just going for that little jump.
Match point,
spot
C9, chill.
as Mitch tries to keep players anchored to A.
Yep, hit's going to be coming through though, and Aspas is going to be the one to take that contact, and point still delayed, stalled out, at least by the
Updraft?
for now. Sheer up into your face.
Oh, he misses that, or a
Burst,
smoke, but...
updraft, dash up and over with a flash to supplement. Oxy is trying to be set up nice and cleanly here. Snap to the side,
It's kind of a
shortly in your
sick
face,
split.
too much to overcome. Even if you are Aspas, that heaven control is going to be vital now. Oxy lays
Wow.
claim to it, lays
GG.
siege to it. MIBR slowly being
Weren't
closed
MIBR
out.
winning?
Any chances of taking this
C9
map.
just manifested for real.
Order dwindling at this point. 13 seconds, plenty of time to get this plant down.
I know exactly.
But the play has to be made, and Shanem just not capable of doing it. Big reveal on Artisan. It's the last one left.
MIBR was up 4-0.
It's all up to him to stay alive in this map for his team.
3. Oh, it's off Sova.
And Cloud9 know
2.
it. Can play a more disciplined game
Now.
here. Wait for him to take the peek
GG.
into him, and the off angle from Mitch is enough to seal it up here nice and early in this series. First map of Pearl going away at Cloud9.
And a
That's so
statement win for
easy
them.
for them.
MIBR
Holding down a fault line. Salvos as well. As soon as Aspas takes contact, which
Aspas.
might be shortly.
Aspas.
Drone spots it. Fault line to follow. And here's Aspas swinging wide to the side. Stunned.
Ooh,
to
Oxy.
help him out here, but narrowly avoided. And
Oxy.
juked. And Oxy. It's
Ah!
a chaotic situation. 2 picks for him.
Cortez still has wall on C.
Good Molly.
Attempt to slow this one down. Stall it out. Try and get
Good
these
jump.
rotations all the way back in. Leaping into the fight like a salmon upstream. Able to trade out these kills into a 2v2 now with a pistol round net. Plant down. There's no stopping this one, and control towards CT is called for.
And a push.
Oh yeah. All the way deep as well.
timing.
Oh my god, just missing the moment there. Just
Net
seeing
dice!
spotting the shoulders net. He's taking a bullet there for his brethren. That was meant for Vic.
Wait, they're coming
Now
double
forced
back
to
off lane.
away, isolated into this fight here. Paranoid up. Can't
How's
see
he alive?
much.
How's he alive?
In this spot, it's
This
going
is
to
a good spot or no?
Positioning off
This is
these
a decent
players,
spot?
but tucked up now, tight to pillar. It's all a gamble. It's all
It's all you!
Banking on, spotted, right click.
Imagine he killed him
Top
falling.
round, man.
Ooh.
Just dropping off, and Verno, watchful eye onto the perch.
Which is somewhat what Oxy's trying to do here, but I don't think he's expecting too much success when he's got a sheriff against, you know, whatever weaponry MIBR might have.
Playing this Neon means you have no Yoru clone to deal with that Vise wall.
Ecos, get your
Have to commit
Ecos.
bodies to take it down.
Oh, bit of spam from Cortez here goes a long way.
Only 20 bullets.
Avoids most of it. Oh, players
my
running
God.
him down. And 20
Verno,
bullets did
Verno.
play a part in it, as you said, maybe as well on top of it. Just not quite enough ammunition to plant down here. Mitch hard committing, hard sticking. A bit of stray bullets of the Guardian shots, almost laying claim to a couple of kills. For Cloud9, the plant is all they were really looking for. Repeat occurring, but all cleaned up in the end here. So MIBR.
All right.
Good
First
beginning.
gun
Nice
bonus
early
coming
start
up.
Here, getting 2 rounds underneath them.
Faker
This
knows
is what their
LeBron, but
rubble
LeBron
tech's
doesn't
gonna
know
look like.
Faker.
Wall up and
I
over,
said
there's
it.
no pushback
I
from
said it.
MIBR, as you mentioned. They already, at least were set up for the B main aggro, fault line, sent flying forwards along with the salvos. That's to disrupt Zephyr. Tucked to that spot here. Paranoia, though, still going to be sweeping into the back of the side.
What?
Shannon is no more. Quickly taken care of. Plant now for Cloud9 on top of it. Cortesia is making himself known. Getting tripped up in the process. Util's going to be used pound for pound here to try and stall this one out. Maybe I'm still going to make a decent go at this one here.
I'd rather be Tarik,
One-way
passive income,
reset
final
up to
boss.
Faces, trying to cross past this one is difficult at best, yet still making the most of it. MIBR. Still, there's a path to be paved. And
Wait.
it's paved in blood at this point. Vard is he making the most, and good with the movement, at least to stay alive for a moment there
Vic.
from Aspas, yet Vic is doing the most. 3 kills so far into the round. Cortesia noted. Not much more you can do from this spot, a bit more economical damage.
Faker is top 1 in what he does. LeBron is not even
What
top
he's
3.
looking for.
LeBron is 40 years old. He's been doing it for 20 years.
C9. Rubble take again. Is what's on the
LeBron
cards.
lived long enough
You see the
to have his
Aspas
own
stop somebody
hit on
fighting
his
them,
team.
aggro, teleport,
Will
but that was
Faker
out
live to see that day?
rather than further in, so Shenom's going to survive at least for a little longer. He was the player that got caught anchoring the A side previously, so he's going to be hyper aware that.
You think little
Oxy
Faker is
could
going to be
looking
playing with
down.
Faker?
Yeah, it's going to go into a B split, it looks like. Release the option for it. Cloud9 don't like what they see. Smokes propped up, blooming. Gonna try and break some of this util, and that's Baby Door.
Lock in, you're not even watch partying?
Down.
Honestly,
Cortesia's going to be here.
you're
and
right,
there's
my
now a
bad.
couple of
Chill.
footsteps facing his way. Main control is pretty essential.
The beginning of the match is slower
The
usually,
heavy
though.
pressure towards revolving door means that C9 had to spend, or MIBR had to spend a lot of time re-clearing. They're only now
I'm
arriving
here.
to
I'm
retake.
here at a
Heaven, the
distance.
first line
I'm
of
ready,
defense is
I'm
gonna be
ready to-
Oxy. Smoke's going to be dissipating at some point.
Any
That's his
moment.
team laying down some util. They know the timings inherently, and as the door's opened up, well, let's go on for a bit of exploration. Quick snap to the side.
Vic.
Hospital flick to
Vic's
dodge
up.
the flash, but not enough to dodge the bullets. It's going even ever so slightly. Still play a disadvantage, but Cloud9 may be able to
Damn.
equalize. Zephyr weaving in and out. Armageddon at your feet. Nowhere to stand, nowhere to hide. You got to wait out that ult, though.
Behind
Plenty
you!
of time on the clock to make the go of this one for Cortesia.
I want to just have a different viewer just watch party in my presence. Or not my presence.
All gas, no brakes.
As substitution for me. Every day is going to be someone else watch partying for me in here.
There's a player waiting,
Woo!
watching. Ult online already ripped out and taken out in the blink of an eye. 4v4 for the opening of this round. Smoke up and around, leaping into the fight again. Set to his team for a bit of success there. Zeppa with the cleanup and the trade instantaneous at that. Jump spot is good.
He's going up, he's going up.
Aspas trying to take a fight. Drop down.
No, he made noise. Who made noise?
These players down right now, but do you really want to contest with this guy right now? Zeppa, last one left.
Oh my God.
Straight and narrow in terms of the calling and what's important for them heading forwards.
Here we go again. This time different pathing. He's headed towards Baby Door.
Are they all talking in English for Verno?
Immediately breaking that one open, but it's a counter. Stunning!
Oh!
Bucky's in play, still followed up and cleans up, and it's a rifle.
Yeah, that's Aura.
Quick plant now down onto the B site. Rapid plays by Cloud9 seems to be the name of the game. And Vic is hyper aggressive. Could be trying to take this peek into him. Aspas! Straight transfer.
You know, are kind of getting owned, but
he's just doing. And definitely done enough damage, and to this point for Cloud9, Zeppa and Net, last ones will have to stand against most of this. Aspas.
Wow.
Away in a quick snap to
1v3
the side.
Net.
Dismisses and deals with Zeppa almost
single-handedly
and baiting Net out wide.
Does DVW mean don't be weird?
The case. Buddy, these barriers are going down, and I'm seeing 5v4 in terms of the players. There's a stun immediately to try and dissipate some of this action, take a bit of bite out of the round, but as you peek past that one into the fray, Rolling Thunder, pushing them all the way back. This is MIBR, look at it equalize. Succeeded at least at that first level of the plan, but now battle lines being drawn out, a bit of a stalemate being called for now.
Pretty sure the openings of these rounds would kill a Victorian child if you showed it to them. Just chaos every which way. For the first time, though, it's a bit slower. C9 slow down, send the drone back towards C, and now look to retake space into A. They're heading towards the operator, though.
Yeah, Verno's holding it steady. Hand is required for the moment, and, well, just can't quite adjust in time. Bit of a micro flick missing off to the side here. Forced way out of the line of sight, so he potentially would have looked to take.
I know exactly.
Swapped it for the Vandal though, didn't he? So now Ned gets into a position where he can use his ultimate. They realize that the A site is pretty empty, but both initiators from MIBR could try to flood.
Up through heaven, Armageddon as well. You can use this one to try and
he needs to do it
forwards. The goal
to B.
Yeah, to try and push them back in, and now straight over towards B as well.
Don't go up yet.
Roundabouts.
Nice call.
Zeppa being left.
You make noise.
MIBR don't really know where this has ended. They've lost track.
Cloud9 just holding as well. I think they were waiting for the smoke.
I think they heard Zeppa.
Actually hard committed.
I don't know though.
And now play goes backwards once more. Still
wait, he could have got out, I thought.
Cloud9. Not too many guns to use here. Got to rely onto the util and just try and buy time for the Zeppa lurk all the way through. But Vic has already fallen. Fault line is waiting. Net's going to be in front of this though. As soon as this one gets sent flying, there it is. Forwards once more. Arda's in. Sticking. They don't really know what to expect from where these players are. And the salvas are not coming out in time. That's half already onto the defuse. Going to try and preempt this one. Send the salvas out nice and early. Cortesia a tap. Pulling these players out wide. Cloud9. The positions are noted.
Zeppa had to get a kill before he used his rockets.
To do into this spot.
I think they had to, but he doesn't know. They don't know, I guess.
There from Zeppa
of the 1.0 rating.
You're going to see a brawl once more here. It's a bloodbath over towards A rubble. Bit of evade and switch, seeing if they can pull some of this util out blind as anything. Oxy is just slowly crawling towards
He's Diamond 2, looking for duo and rival. Someone play with him.
I've got cooking and set up.
They missed the whole run.
Vic somehow in the midst of all of this one.
That was Zico, right?
Way out of dodge.
I'm good? Alright, my bad.
He's on defense with an op.
Picked up the stinger. Gonna be waiting for you though. How do you deal with all of this? Aspas happy to be the sacrificial lamb just to seal this one up. 7-1 now for MIBR.
Ardazine picks up the operator as breach.
Listen, guys, reset. Fight to be taken. Stun tucked up.
Woo!
Too much.
Big. He's been playing ridiculous.
Like a rabbit out of the hat.
Damn, ask and you shall receive, huh?
This is just unreal stuff.
ADS one tap.
Cloud9 when they needed it
Nah, play
most.
smart.
What magicians have you been going to see? I
don't want to know, mate.
Yeah.
You don't want to know.
Cortesio 1v3? Impossible.
Just go into that quantity of rubble fights. One's eventually got to have
I tried jinxing, I won't lie.
a huge play coming out of somebody to turn it around.
The way that they're setting this one up feels like they're in the comms almost. Salvos at your feet, you have to really respect that now. If you are Aspas and he's dodging, shoots most of the stuns coming his way.
Where's Oxy entering? Who is he entering for?
Straight bullets and Oxy.
He's being sent to his death.
Drop.
There's still Thorns front B. C9 is not going to be able to call this pivot immediately.
It is the nerfed version of the Thorns, though. So
It's football because you use your foot, dumbass. Yeah.
Now,
And it's hand deck because you use your hand. Good fucking one, dude. Real fucking good, dude.
Where we going, man? Swings and roundabouts. You're just making mad pivots all over the bloody place. And they're trying to go in through baby door. Shanum. Sky could be more than a menace right now. TP just to try and back himself away, and his Cloud9 players are being corralled, picked to pieces.
Damn it, dude.
Chomped.
Dude, these guys gotta stop picking Lotus.
Flawless round from MIBR.
Hey, even last map though, that's fun. I like that.
Seen this round many
He's laughing, you're laughing. I don't care.
Almost breaking the door nice and early here. Oxy's trying to get ahead of most of this. He's been dying first in a lot of these engagements. There's that counter util as well for the refight, and it's called for MIBR on top of it all.
What's happening right now? Describe it in 3 words.
Blinds it up, still ulted to the hands of Aspas. Hungry hunting.
They've switched the sides of the
map.
It's
3v2, by the way.
Spike dropped down into the middle of nowhere.
Vic has his ult to recover that spike, but he's completely
Describe it in 3 words. You're not getting fucked. I like it.
Missing the stray shot. MIBR.
I like it.
Series of unknowns, really, just in terms of where Vic's playing, but he reveals his hand anyway, opening up the door. Aspas does not really care for it. TP up and above, behind.
Oh, Vic has ult.
Clean up in the trade, but still a lot more obstacles to try and overcome if you are Vic.
Oh, he's got the ult now.
The ult, but he needs to try and find a safe place to use it. He's not going to be given any of it. Verno just trying to condition, like they've got the brunt of their forces over towards that area. Paranoia swoops forwards though, it spells it out nice and pretty. The Thorns sidestep for now. Cloud9 have access to front B. These A players could really do some damage. Oxy's already removed one of them. Rolling Thunder to try and disrupt this one. Plan not going to be going down. A bit of raw spam as well coming in through the main choke points. And okay, we're going to be pivoting back over towards A.
Yeah, they'll have a clean post plan here. It's going to be a second before MIBR's rechargeables come back online.
Oh.
Aspas realizing it. A lot of contact to be caught up top there. And Aftershock to swing. Mitch sets him up nicely.
They have a chance.
Trying to
they win pistol
in terms of the player positions. It's broken, so they know the rough position of Addison. Still ults are available.
Good ball. He's going to ult now.
He's considering it now, Armageddon. Held, ready, lying in wait, and there it is. It's going to be buying even more time. Well placed. Slight pocket to play in, but time is being bled out, and the refight up towards heaven is even better still. For Cloud9, they're going to deal with Cortesia, and this guy is not stopping and not slowing down. Time is against him, though.
My God.
My. Net just delivers it. Bullet to the head.
Okay, here we go. Massive pistol for C9. A chance to back into the game as they aggress on the C mounds. Net lighting up RZ. Cortesia strikes back onto Vic. Oxy trying to get into the match, but he just can't find the footing. Makes net 1v2. I can't. It's too fast.
Clean up and at least follow up.
I can't.
Putting a bit of a vice grip on them. Shanum. Signs of life for him. He's barely there. He's got the spike in his hand, so he's going to be able to scurry away and potentially get.
All right, Shannon wins this. You go ball.
There's a chance to make it winnable.
Blue Scott's got you. Bald haircut is their specialty.
Paranoia, but no safe position to use it from. He's just got to hit some ridiculous headshots.
Yeah, this is the spot that he's been placed in, as you mentioned. And Cloud9
Wait a minute.
Giving anything away for free. Still there's a chance.
Timing! Timing!
Looking the other way of things. Smoke propped up. Just out to the side here.
Oh,
sticking this one onto
my.
Paranoia. Forward still. It's already just being stuck all the way.
What the hell is Blood doing?
One round for Cloud9. Consolation kills at the end of the day for Shannon.
Vic is the best player on C9. Hot take or no? I think Vic has been in the best form on C9. Don't tell Oxy I said this though.
Oh my God.
But they are in so early.
It's the kitchen sink. Ricocheting backwards, man. Aspas is being slingshotted. TP's in, up and over towards the top here. Blind.
Lord almighty, Vic! After it's been 3 seconds.
They claim to it.
Like fuck me.
Going down, straight bullets just missing. So extension now earned. Pocket change on top of it, but MIBR not content with that. They want the round win. Trying to press the advantage. Util being used out towards the back here.
God.
With the weapons picked up.
Why is this round hard?
Carve out too much more from it. Verno and Adson. Adson on an island. He's left alone. Verno miles away. Salva's going to be pointing them.
What is brother cooking?
If you even choose to use it there to try and dislodge them. But yeah, it's a little bit too late for that.
You have to die. You?
So a good anti-eco for C9 here.
The paranoia. Or posture, force them to respect the angles. MIBR now going to be going for it. Second
Vic?
wave of the approach.
I'll never compliment him again.
You don't have the weapon.
Vic is shit, I'm just kidding.
Most of that one's still stunned. Ricocheting out
Oxy?
towards their side as
Oxy?
Players toppled. Cloud9 still
Oxy?
right from behind. It's Oxy with a quick return. Even faster
Cortesia.
reactions. Spike down and out. Cortesia just
Wow.
bullets. One through the wall. Not
Oxy heard me talking shit.
Four-piece for Oxy in this one.
I think
Did I give him the 100 gifted?
Aspas' wall just
Yeah.
disappeared. And here we go,
course
this
I
set
did.
play.
Oh my, there's
Lots of teams love it.
What the
I mean, it's a
fuck?
set play, but not coordinate with too much more past that point. Shanum has immediately dealt with trips. Not going to be too much of an issue here. MIBR find themselves a nice little section. Piece
Nice
of
try,
fire here with
Jill.
flag going down as
We
well
see what
with
you're
Cloud9
cooking.
Setting themselves up now for the retake with Oxy's ult in hand. One stun to Ricochet. Aftershock and Thorns already being used here. Blinds in your face. Aspas glides to the side, hoping to catch
he's
that
on.
timing here.
Aspas
Still trying
on.
to control this space, but could be
That
meeting the other end of the shotgun.
is not
made into
cringe.
mincemeat on the other side of things here. Now the
What the fuck?
Out wide. Oxy's
He got
managed
body
to
blocked, he couldn't
completely
slide.
stall out, but the bullets
Wow.
raining them down.
Wait,
with lead.
C9 are
Bit of
cooking.
fire and fury here. It's Cloud9 up to that 7th round now. Raining down and hailing down with a couple of bullets. Maybe that's enough to offset this one. And MIBR could be finding it
Aspas?
difficult. Yeah. Just unconventional, a bit awkward at best. Shanum, though, is to be right behind him and lined up with these players.
Big.
Vic is just
3K.
instantaneous with the return, man. How is he landing these
Oxy, take his
shots?
ace. Oh, he's
Snappy
dead.
as anything. It's a 4-piece in a round for him, and one player's left to stand. Cortesia lets them all know. Breaking the trip. But the tension is just stewing in the
Damn.
air right now for MIBR. That tension that,
Vic
listen, maybe
is
Don't quite
speeding
catch
up
Cortesia
A.
there, but MIBR are going to realize and react into A.
Do they breach
And
ult?
Artazine has this breach ult.
No, he's not. Smart about it.
Then again, but, I
This
mean,
round's
both
gonna be
teams do.
crazy. Everyone, get
who
ready.
gets the better of it.
Everyone get ready. This round's about to be
being
insane.
Allowed a lot of space to set up here. Thorns
Maybe.
lay it down. Backside control is theirs. Oxy
Here we go.
up and over towards the top. It's going to be cutting the sight, splitting it into
That's part
twain,
one.
but slowed down.
Here comes part
By
two.
Util, Rolling Thunder, first line of it. We're going to see how this one gets used, and Aspas has been left alone. Sacrificial is the nature
And now
of the
here
position
comes
in that
part
spot
3.
right there. It's going to be taking most of the contact. Rolling Thunder pushing them back once more, and just trying to hold the line against this net. Perfect time to strike, but the smoke dissipates, and Oxy is revealed. Door needs to open
Now
up
part
wide.
4.
MIBR winning this one out. Spilling out blood now onto the side, and net just spraying them all.
Oh!
Bitch!
How the
Able to
fuck?
capitalize in the end. Time just online for him. Cloud9 now making it even. They're trying to feign like they
full
could
buy.
be lurking through, but at this point, Cloud9, they know fully
C9, they're so proactive.
that is not the
on
case. Now
defense.
Jones going to be clearing all the
They
way
like
through.
take control of something every round. I think that's how.
That's got to be cautious.
Yeah, I think that's how it is.
Here
Though.
it is, Util now coming his way.
They're going
Can be
through.
broken, spells it all out, and this
That's the first punish.
Cortesia, Mr. 2K himself. Offers his team a bit of a lifeline. Now trying to enter their way back in, and the shot's just about missing. Aspas needs some help and needs some
Wow,
help.
Aspas got
His
him.
life and play it, he does. To perfection. Weaving back and forth here. Any attempt at the return of the fire from
Open that shit back
Cloud9.
up.
He's coming up with naught.
All missiles away.
All the planning.
Once more, MIBR get around basically because of Cortesia.
Is this winnable
Felt
for
like it was
C9?
happening multiple times on purpose.
That was
Wasn't
one-off
enough for
ult.
them in the
I
end,
don't know if
but
it'll help.
This guy's had his moments for sure today. In spots where you wouldn't expect it. A 2K with a Guardian. C9 is still going to go for this one, but they are on the outside looking in round 19.
No flashes, no stun. This is going to be difficult.
And Aspas off
What?
angle. Loses the first engagement. 6 HP. That's what Mitch has been dropped down to. Util still to be spent out. Layered out. It's an Armageddon. Trying to force the issue. Verno push round to the side here. And in the midst of all this sound cues and the chaos, he takes himself out. Shanum spotted. And he's the last line of defense for them. Time is ticking with that spike.
I mean, they got the
rapidly
tail ult out.
approaching.
That was
And at this point,
pretty
circle probably already
big for
shrinking.
C9. Pretty big for
Saved
C9.
from a dire,
And the
dire
MIBR's money
circumstance.
shot. That was pretty
It's a
big.
Red Bull clutch.
If that's what it took.
Game is starting to heat up.
Okay, still Oxy up in hand now, and he hears it. Ult offloaded. This is Aspas trying to galvanize the round, inject a bit of speed into it.
All that whiff.
And Oxy's lucky to just get the hell out of there. Aspas in
Aspas
through the
is
back.
in,
He
they
is
know?
isolated, alone.
They should.
Not sure if Net's going to be communicating that.
Oh, the open door again.
Oxy has found Shanum as the door was just peeking wide open.
Yeah, that's not great. Now, no
Plant it
smoke,
from
no
out, though.
paranoia for the post plant. They're going to be relying on
Cortesia's
Cortesia
ult's big.
with his Vice ultimate, with Thorns to
He's gotta use
try
it
to slow the
soon.
round down. There go the Thorns.
And the Steel Guardian's going to be even better in the back pocket.
Fell early,
Let
but
loose.
I don't blame
Perfect
him. It's
timing
good
on it.
timing.
Cloud9 looking to try and
Good
get back into
delay,
the fight
rather.
rapidly at that. So now we get in to try and layer it all the way down and swap it
Wow.
around. Aspas. My God. Two-piece again for him. Time has been bought. TP forwards as well, trying to cut up these angles. Mitch has found that first kill inside the
Rockets.
salvos.
Nice try.
To buy
Nice
that
try on
time.
retake.
And at this point,
Nice try.
yeah, it's not gonna be
Aspas
happening.
getting
Mitch
2.
realizes it with an Omen smoke, but this time it looks very much all in. It's a flash TP up towards the side here, salvos. Yeah,
Oh.
Shane's gonna have to offload both of that immediately and rapidly here, just trying to escape from the Aya. Mitch backs himself out just in time, away from that aftershock here. Opening kill advantage. Going away of MIBR.
Oh, he's going to try to finesse the door.
Oxy being
That's how Dirk could do
dropped.
this.
In these positions in the first half,
Maybe
C9
not.
always heated up instantly and sent it on a site. MIBR have done a solid job here of slowing the round down and giving themselves some
Back to
options
C.
with their
This is
player
good.
advantage.
My mic
It
is
does
muted.
become a bit more difficult for C9 to play some kind of flood retake style with Oxy gone. Net started this round with the judge as well. He's going to tuck himself close to
It's a
B.
perfect position to play in,
He'd love to get a couple walking into him here.
especially if MIBR are thinking about pivoting into that B hit. That B main control, smoke layer, down, drop down, and there it is. Judge
What? That's a one-shot?
It's just ripping them to pieces.
Dude.
And now, there's no pivot option. You have to send it. All in is the play to be made. But precision
Dude.
is the name of the game for Cloud9. And Verno, one man left alone, not for much longer.
That saved them. I can't believe the second kill's a one-shot.
Spectator seat in Cloud9. And this is where Oxy could do that damage.
No
Again,
spot.
he's just waiting for any sort of signs.
Oh,
And there it is.
the white
Line to
swing.
the side. Second bullet will do it.
Well, Cortezia had a pistol, and now he upgrades to Aspas's rifle.
To be wary of
Oh!
this. Why not do you, Oxy? Not to
Gold
be
merchant.
denied. Chance of a highlight clip here.
Oxy.
3 in around for him. 2 players left to stand. Drop down to 10 HP.
And the reason I was saying the money is horrid is because Ardazine and Verno, the last 2 players alive, kind of forced up into this round.
And this could be dire straight. Not looking in the right
Okay,
place.
Mitch.
And not in the right
11-11.
time whatsoever. This is Mitch.
The Outlaw, and it's more of a passive trap setup
All
on
right.
V with the stun salvo. Maybe a bait and switch.
There's a hard shot to hit.
C9.
Aspas immediately
You have an
returns with the
outlaw
fire. Look at this
out
guy.
there
Lights
with
out.
the one-way?
Plays in Ardazine to perfection.
Why would you go there with the
It
outlaw
was
in a
actually just great
one-way?
economic investment to have a stinger this round.
Yeah, genius. I mean, yeah. What did Frod say to him? Just run at them? Aspas, skip through the meadows over towards Mound, man. That's
Mitch
an
should not
incredible
even
round
go.
for MIBR to suddenly pick
They
up
have-
the aggression and
He's-
storm over
He's just
C9.
not. He's going to give them ults.
It's a 2v4.
Well, I guess they're
Mitch's
just going for
position
it.
is very much known.
They can try and play for this. They have money.
The thing is they're going to give him ults, but
Don't have to
I guess
worry about
whatever.
not being able to rebuy
Maybe
for the
Cortezia.
potential last round in
Wait a
this one.
minute.
And if you
Reach ult?
snap to a couple of more heads, maybe there's a chance of it here. Yes, Rolling Thunder's committed. They
Oh,
think this one's
2v5,
winnable.
2v5.
Already laying siege and laying claim to
2v5.
this site. This is a 2v2 at that. Just missing the timing onto this one.
Oh!
It's perfection on top of it. Leave it
Time.
to 1v1 Mitch. Time ticking. 3 kills into the round, and what a win cons just
Wait, that was
dwindle
pretty
away from him.
strong.
It's a risky call to make.
They have
for
no
Cloud9.
money on
They have
MIBR.
investment
That was
into it, but they
pretty
do take a
decent.
heavy knock.
Wait,
Ultimate,
what?
Ardazine was in
Yeah,
a
they have
spot
4
where he
lights,
actually
yeah,
couldn't.
yeah.
He just had to
They
stay
have
gun
4
out
lights.
in water.
Oh, no outlaw
C9.
though.
Oh,
Oh,
it was
the
a
crunch.
fake on the A
Oh,
fight.
it's a crunch,
Trying to
yeah.
at least feign it potentially.
Wait,
here.
MIBR realized.
Through
MIBR
B, through
realized.
C, it's familiar scenes. MIBR
Oh.
seen this one before, but how do you withstand against it?
Oh.
He's been turned
Oh.
all the way, and they want to
Oh.
take this one to OT in the blink of an
What's that?
eye.
Welcome to the Fight Club. Both teams just decide to send
Literal
it
aim battle,
through
yeah.
the spawn in C9.
Same play, different round.
What the fuck is
MIBR
this
go
comment?
over
I'm
the
not
same
going to
play
read
with their
it.
contact
Is there no crowd?
of
No,
Aspas.
not for these.
It's their pistol
Not
round
this
again
weekend.
with that trap play, but no one's fighting.
This weekend they're in the basement because League of Legends
A
is
lot
in
of
the
heat
studio.
being applied now to Shanum. Spotted out here.
What?
Suppressed and, yeah, capitalize. Quick on the heels is Oxy. And this guy's not giving up any sort of space here. Here's it. Dashing up and around here. Stun's going to be overlapped.
Don't do
Overlaid.
it, bro. Do it.
Oxy, do you dare overstep yourself and try and take this one? Peek forwards, and he's just
Bye, you
ahead
old
of the
pussy.
timings. Util's flying forwards. MIBR trying to gear up for this one into the retake. This guy is unstoppable. It's a 4-piece before finally the rabid dog
Damn.
that Oxy is shut down.
Damn. Damn, son.
Verno's left.
Damn, son. Damn, son. Oxy said not today, bro.
We can just try and find a way through into this round. It's so damn unlikely. 1v4. Cam in your face. Too many layers to peel back and find a way through. Cloud9 get themselves up to series point. And Mitch doesn't want to overstay his welcome. Double hold it up. It's him and Oxy. Utah being used to try and clear their way back through rubble.
Keeping Cortesia, though, over towards Mount, and the fact that the cam and the drone both got used at the minute mark means that they can now regroup for a C-pop. And I think that MIBR have called quite a nice round here. Net's starting to realize.
But Vic Series been great all map.
How do you hold this one down now? Sutil being used all over the place, and he's getting tricky with it again with the TPs! An adjustment! Spray transfer! It's exactly what the doctor ordered. Vic delivers it once more. Aspas alone towards the back.
Verno?
Finally, some backup reinforcements
Verno?
arriving. It's Verno. He's quick onto the scene and adjust. Spraying him down. Mitch
1v1.
put alone to his devices into
Match
this 1v1
point.
scenario. 13 seconds left on the clock. This is it. For all the marbles for the series and all, for MIBR to survive at all. Man, stuck down, bullets spread wide and past Armageddon. Forwards, Mitch, what position are you playing in? Narrowly avoiding. And a reposition from Verno.
Oh my
Exactly what
monka.
MIBR needed.
Oh my
Rotating around. The question is, does Mitch
monka.
clear it?
Dude, goddamn.
The answer is no.
I thought he would
Crosshair
be.
placement,
I
not
thought
quite there.
honestly
So
he would
intelligent
be
with the reposition.
more
Verno
aware of
saves
possible
his
aggression
The one American player on the
after the
Brazilian
ult. You
roster
know, like it's like such a
saves
typical
the
play to
day in
make.
this game.
I was surprised Mitch wasn't
Gives
more
him
aware.
another chance at overtime.
Well, honestly,
Vic.
Verno popped off
I mean,
here. Look
what
at these
an
shots.
Incredible.
He popped
round it was
off.
from
Also,
him,
the fact
getting
that he
those
stuck
two,
the fucking
setting
bomb
Mitch
while he
up
was
to
stunned was
nearly win
ridiculous
this
too.
clutch.
Usually slow
he
going
didn't
off
say
the rip
anything.
here from MIBR. Just dodging to the side here with a
Let him chill, bro.
full line, but you got to be careful here, Vic.
Oh.
Lying in wait
They're
here.
in.
Util and Aspas is
Net,
eager to try
it's
and
on
lay
net.
claim to most
Ooh,
of
good
this
gap.
side, still angled.
Ooh, good
And Rockets
gap.
to play and weave
Oh,
in and
it was
out.
about to be a
Net.
movie.
Two-piece to be found. The rest of his team, time has been bought for them to try and play themselves all the way back in. Stalemate and pause court for tempering in the midst of the round. A beautiful moment.
Saw him.
And MIBR finding all the success in the
my
world.
goodness gracious, we're going map 3.
Another chance for Mitch in the clutch, this time to save this map.
And a 1v3, this is MIBR just trying to sail all the way to Haven.
Why did I do that? Someone in chat. I mean, it's not my fault. I'm not a jinx. I
Not taking any
was making a
chances.
funny joke.
Tap to try and pull Mitch out wide and open. Aftershock forwards and eager to draw blood. It's 15-13 is how we finish
Map 3
here on
Haven. I
Lotus.
mean, everyone here wanted a map 3, right?
MIBR will be taking us all the way here to Haven. To the angles, and Oxy is going to be looking to explode at a moment's notice here, and he spots it. Body's going wide, luckily. It's a complete
3v3.
collapse as well. Bullets are going to be flying forwards here. MIBR would carve out a bit of a path. Make it nice and even, 3v3.
I love that little sidestep by Verno. You see how he walked
So
super
fucking
wide,
funny, man.
way into A main, and just pulled the crosshair away from the rest of the team. He's allowed it to get back into a 3v3.
Does Zelsus actually have beef
Net's
with
utilities
Boostio? They might be
covering a
best
lot of the
friends.
middle of this map.
C9 though, they're only going to really have the breach stun to make this retake happen.
Got you.
And all of these players are going to be quite late to actually make it over on the rotation.
All right, so if C9 win this map, they qualify to playoffs.
Towards C. Util's going to be dealt with.
Let's see the retake. We got
Now
stunned.
happy to set up.
Spike play.
Bide their time, try and play this one into the retake.
Shadows traveling.
Shannon still has a paranoia to work with.
Seeing it, fault line flies forward here.
Rockets.
Salvo's going to be used actually
Out.
preemptively here by MIBR. Looking to see if they can find a win con in the midst of all of this here.
Oh!
It just lights out.
That was nice by
There's something about
C9 for
Vic
one guy
today.
garage.
Aspas
With the Outlaw?
has opted to drop him just the
We don't have
full
light.
armor as well, so this is a big investment into the raid boss.
2 of them have light. 3.
See what he can do
Aspas
with it
dead.
here. Rattling off the bullets out from short. That's a quick evacuation from Zeppa. Doesn't really want much more to do with it.
And the raid boss has been assassinated. So that armor investment is gone. Though the outlaw, of course, can change hands, get passed down.
2 guns picked up here, but a good spot on the drone from Zeppa. Force MIBR to reconsider their options in this round.
And on a round like this, just take a look at the Cypher setup here as well, because this is what Net's going to be doing in a lot of the rifle rounds too, where these things matter a little bit more. But he's getting full information down C.
Three guys
knows
on
that
A.
nobody's playing in that area. Tripping garage. I mean, it just means that Cloud9 never have to worry about the
judge
kind of
again.
west side of the map at all.
The west side.
Yeah, don't worry about Beto coming up. It's a fault line.
Oxy.
Oxy's going to supplement, at least. He's going to add in a bit of extra fire. Paranoia sweeping forwards.
Oh, the judge.
In hand.
Oxy
He's
heating
trying to
up.
work with it. Gets rewarded.
Damn, pretty good
It's
round.
Vic is
Pretty
quick
decent round
with the
for
cleanup. Two
MIBR.
players surviving here for Cloud9.
Pretty solid
What does Verno find then in
damage.
Inclination to work their way over towards C. They've all grouped up now. A long control is theirs. Sending it forwards now with a stealth drone. Zepper, it's a critical break for him. And Paranoia is going to sweep forwards. Push them back.
Oh, they're coming up, my
Anchor
boy.
smokes now. Lay it down. Updraft dash straight into the site. Looking for a bit of a skirmish. Might to be
Rated?
taken here, but that's rapid and quick. Zepper is just weaving in and out, just trying to survive. The response from MIBR is just immaculate.
MIBR, if they had not succeeded in this A hit, they wouldn't have had many other options. Had no map control really, except for A and A long. Actually, there was some really nice team fighting from them, and Artson picking up a couple big kills. Gets them this round, and
Biding their time.
4 players stacked on the site, though. This does not look good for MIBR if they commit.
That's a bait setup as well from Cloud9. Looking at
Oh
tuck 2 players to
my.
the corner.
They're doing
Oh
it nice.
my.
So 44 seconds.
They're going back.
Okay.
Are they?
Collects
They
that
are
kill.
going back.
Looking to move in a different
Dream
direction. We have
snipe?
37 seconds left.
they're canceling off of this one, and they don't have a ton of control, but they did keep this cam down mid. Know that no one has
Net.
walked up.
30 seconds.
He's gonna hear
It's
this.
all on Net.
Yeah. He's the one to try and hold them back. It's an onslaught that's going to be approaching. It's going to get gifted at least with the possibility of just a one
Timing.
fight, but as he's activating the setup, that's when Cortesia strikes.
Wow.
Oh, just the best timing in the world for these MIBR players to be taking. Waiting until the final moments to do that, and Cloud9 eager to take a bit of control towards A lobby, but it's already coming through.
Is it save or eco? Yeah.
And I almost feel like you want to save pretty quickly here for C9. Maybe see if you can get something early on, but if not, losing these weapons would likely mean a pretty big reset into your money.
There's the opener. Again, this guy's been Mr. Consistent. Cortesia eventually cleaned up though. They hunt him down and reclaim the gun. Doing a bit of recycling.
MIBR grouping to
heavy.
fight spawn.
Yeah, exactly. Lots of players in through spawn. But I
Oh.
refight once more. It's a sheriff in the hands and
Vic.
not the weapon of choice to really deal with, but counter stun is even perfect.
Our
on
team's
top
low.
Of it. Bullets lay it down here. 3 players left to try and make a mark, and that's Cloud9 trying to do the most here. But time is ticking away and getting away from them at that.
Time.
Player positions.
Time.
Verno
Rockets are
seeming
up.
to be
It's
that
over.
safety net.
Enemy
Has his salvos, and already it's ticking. They realize that the job is done.
They got all the kills they needed there. It was just a matter of doing it a little more quickly, and Cloud9 might have been able to make something
Who's the
happen
favorite
a
in this
spot like
match?
that.
Probably
They did have to
C9,
be a lot quicker
right?
than they actually were. And so if you can find him and hunt him down, you can actually play retakes up a man fairly consistently.
Now we're
He
going
hit.
zooming through, seeing what MIBR can cook up.
Vic.
Drone out through and wide, just trying to sidestep past the smoke
Oh,
as well. That's Vic
live.
hunting for a timing.
Regen shield.
Receiving it.
Full 5v5 retake here.
What? Okay, Hunter's Fury off the top.
Oh.
That's not going to be getting any time.
Damn.
Still doesn't even clear him through the back of the site.
Look at the rest of Cloud9 waiting for Cortesia to come through garage.
Oh,
And
that
Cortesia's
would that
just
should have
sat
been
there
more
at headshot
damage.
box like, nah, I ain't moving.
And these bullets are being laid down. Addison
Breach
holding.
ult.
Rolling Thunder.
Rolling Thunder.
Good time.
Here's the kills
Yeah.
collected.
Timing is nice.
Trying to push them back as well as the fight was just about to be taken. Inserts a pause unwillingly
Cortesia's
there
so
for
patient.
Cloud9. Just being stalled out
Oxy?
to such a high degree already to Cloudburst.
Cortesia's
Get themselves
timing.
back in along with a dart.
Oh, the
Looking
trip.
it all the way around here. Cortesia off to the side as a salvos, but half has been earned to win con. The Cloud9 can work with. A couple of taps there, bullets flying forwards, just trying to go off the neural effect and the reveals
Wow.
net.
They
Stands his
actually
ground.
pulled that
holds it
off?
down. Cloud9
They
finally
actually pulled that
able to
off
get
versus the
around.
breach ults?
Upfragging on the
What's up,
Sova.
Bruno?
As again, MIBR head towards C, but this time, Oxy the
Have I ever met a
hands
Twitch
and
chatter
good bait
IRL?
from Net.
Yeah, plenty.
I still think it got spotted, actually.
At events.
And Oxy's in a lot of trouble. Updraft up and away.
Yikes!
He's missed the initial
Yikes!
shot. Bladestorm, an attempt to salvage, but Aspas straight back at it. It's making sashimi out of the rest of the players out onto the side here.
Oh.
And Vic will do quite a bit to try and offset the damage done. Running and gunning. Classic right clicks. This is pure carnage.
Aspas is playing gun game. Goes from the rifle,
Ooh.
2 kills with that, and now
Zeppa.
a 1v2 for Zeppa.
Zeppa.
He's finding the perfect timing on top of it, but the final boss
so
himself, Aspas.
Damn,
It's a
that was
4-piece overall
so
into the round.
fast.
Locks it up.
Into mid, into garage.
Camera
He's willing to take those risks, those liberties that give his team, his IGL, great options to pivot as it's an open C site that he's earned.
Good call overall. Gamble Stack Cloud9 not
What?
working out. Very good macro. They want to try and get fast into the fight here, into the fray all the way through, but you're working against the rifles into the hands of Aspas.
Vic's still alive. Anything's possible. Watch this one dig.
MIBR, it's inevitable at this point. Going to be sitting at that 5th round.
You want spam logs?
Vic will look to do a bit of damage if he can. It's not really going to do much overall to the economy. If anything, you want to go down to the spike. You don't want to build up Verno to that ult.
He might
Yeah,
not
I'm
a
surprised
spike.
we don't see Verno hunting for it, actually. There's definitely plays that you can make with the Tejo ultimate that'll make that one extremely valuable to use. He is sticking around, looking to see if he can find
I think he's down a
kill
spike.
onto Vic, who's
Hold.
presumably looking to die to spike. He's a bit too slow on it here.
I think Verno dies to it as well.
Oh, he does.
Verno?
Yep.
Have the 3 strong force down C send it as well, or maybe it's just a lurk. A very interesting round here for MIBR.
They love ending C.
Hoping that they can pull players, I think, on the rotate potentially. Net is under a tremendous amount of pressure.
Oh, wait. They're in
Receiving a bit of
B.
help in the meantime, but MIBR, these mid-round audibles are going to be calling. Look, they're
Wow.
not hard committing. They've got access to the B
Aspas.
side. And they're making it very
No
well
way you go
known.
through, right?
Damage done. Multitudes of players
Wow.
betrayed by the barrel, just poking through. Zeppa
Oxy's
is no
gonna be
more.
sad.
Oxy is going to be joining him, I think, shortly. Skipping a hop over, but Shanum
One tap.
all the more aware for it. At this
Rounds
point,
over.
this is a wrap for
Damn,
Cloud9.
that
Gonna try and save these
C9
rifles.
13-12 choke might have
Such a
actually
cool
cost
round
them the
for MIBR.
series.
They've conditioned these 4-1 lurks, only ever committing where they insta-show or calling back onto their lurk on the other side. Here, for the first time, sending forces towards B, faking C with the spike, and then calling back into it. Really nice mix-up from Artson and the hang it
Wow.
MIBRs.
Oh
Hey,
my
you know this game,
god.
you've been with me for a while,
Okay,
you
I'll refresh,
understand
hold
my
on.
plan. Why don't you try it out? They'll send Oxy
I was a couple seconds
on a
behind.
mission down mid.
Uh-oh. Judges are out.
We've seen these half-pipe weapons, they can do damage. If MIBR make mistakes, they're not really in the habit of making them though, to be honest, at this point, as we've been giving credit to the calling. Their mid-round audibles, the way that they've been calling around whether a player gets a lurk or not. It's been quite fantastic. Oxy! Oh, that's what you get, to be honest.
Come chase me then. Come chase me then.
Potential. He's going for
Oh.
even more, but yeah,
Okay.
rifle in the hands of Aspas. That's going to
My
be
fault. My fault. My fault. You got
swiftly
it.
dismissing the counterpart.
Cortez just pulled 3 players over towards A, but MIBR might still look to call back into him.
Uh-oh.
Down through short. It's a hard clear for MIBR. Gonna have to play this one tight together. Trying to contact all the way
Wow.
through here. This is just bullets through the wall as well. Slow down to a crawl net. Still Judge in play. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Sips in danger, yet they navigate it regardless.
They might not clear
Now,
Zeppa.
Which was supposed to be that danger player. Verno's
Oh, God.
running and gonna get jumping in
It's
the
fine,
air.
that's fine.
Somehow still getting
That's
value
fine.
out of it.
Not even a big deal, really.
For MIBR to make out with a round win
Literally
here
just
when there was all
uppercut
that
him.
danger just circling around him on the A site.
Damn.
Near enough
Starting to
miracle.
slip. Here's the buy round.
Don't know what
I
goes
think
on he's talking
I
about,
think
but
he's
also
seeing
the
an
tech
invisible
pause has not come
agent.
through either, so maybe the admins didn't know the ghost bug that he was talking about.
He's making a joke, I think, about them having walls, but
I think
I
he's
don't think so.
seeing
He
an
looks
invisible
serious about
agent
it.
or
Wow.
something, right?
Oxy.
He said, "Do you know the ghost
That's
bug?
what I'm
Like,
gonna-
there's a bug." I think that's
Cloud9
what
have been
it's
struggling
about.
to get for quite some time here. Puts a pause into the exec. MIBR not choosing to commit.
Cortez has a very good lurk up into garage window, but it is being held.
He looked at the admin. You know the ghost bug? Admin's like, "Huh? What
Pick his
ghost?"
timing very carefully.
Making moves.
But it's funny because the game wasn't
Through
paused.
mid. I mean, the way that MIBR are dissecting
When I come to Brazil, it's been too long.
all the weak points here.
I'll be waiting for Master Sao Paulo.
Critical fight is about to be won out potentially. My God, it's labored, but eventually getting it.
Yo!
He's getting away with bloody murder. Shorty out. You get away with that. Aspas, why not? Put a
GG.
cherry on top. Make me a cake while you're at it.
This is a collapse, a crumble of C9. I mean, that's just tragic. The fight itself is so labored. I don't know whether he was trying to bait out the swing or whether he was actually going for the wallbang shots, but the fact you also land the shorty kill after.
And this was a Cloud9 that had 2 chances to close out on Lotus to clinch their spot in the playoffs, go up 3-0 in the group before they even have to face G2. But now, having to face the music here, 8-3 on MIBR's
Well deserved
attack
after
side.
huge troll on Lotus. Holy
And
shit.
they're going to have probably both initiator ults heading into this
Oh, I
final
think a team
round.
picture. I think a team picture.
Yeah, like we said, we haven't seen C9 win on Haven, as far as I'm aware, since late 2023.
They're so rich,
Aw.
they're just going to die to Spike. Don't
That
risk giving
is-
Zeppa the ult. That's actually pretty base. They don't want to...
Yeah. As for the
Here's the
memes.
clash and the skirmish. You've already caught the contact of these players, and here it is. Ult offloaded, Armageddon all the way through. That's the paranoia forwards and a TP on Bricks. Mass cleanups in order here, and it's Zeppa and Oxy on janitor duty.
Cortezia.
Just trying to make the most of it. They're definitely finding the advantage. And Edge, they were looking for still double fighting. This is how you throw it. You do not want to give it this guy in. Cortezia has been on an absolute
Did he hear Nets?
tear this entire series, and you may have just given him a lifeline.
Net only as a judge. He wants to get a gun, and Cortezia is defending these weapons.
Damn, now he doesn't know.
But anticipating that it could be in a different direction. And Net just going to be
Net
waiting
will
for
have to
spike
hit
be
the trip
planted
if he
before
flanks.
receive that upgrade.
Then Cortezia will
Wants to play it
reposition.
safe.
I think this is very
The
hard
trip's
clutch for
there
Net.
good information anyway on the flank, so if he has the confidence to go for a plant, he's going to have great info about where Net is coming from.
Cortezia has a camera in the post plant, and there are no cages for Net.
30 seconds left.
Like this is a very difficult clutch because Cortezia can be anywhere.
Now it comes down to a game of timings.
But now that Net's walking, it does
Players
add a
can be
little
around.
question mark for
Oh, this is
Cortezia.
brutal. I mean, it looks like
But
it's
he has
planted
a
for
cam
CT,
and
it looks
spawn.
like it's
Never
planted for
mind.
Heaven. You're not really going to
So
think
he
about
knows
a guy being
he's
tucked short,
flanking
I don't
long.
think, here.
Yeah, it's unorthodox. We'll see if Net considers it here. Steadily working, trying to clear up all of those unknowns across the map, but now getting a move on, getting a run on because he can hear it. Spike stuck, but Net none the
1v3.
wiser, and it's all Cortezia.
Brother is playing too good.
It's a 9-3 finish
Brother
to
is
this
playing
half
too
of
good.
Haven. And calling for the walk-up. Flash pop play in through B. It's open access, but there are these sightlines that are opened up, and there's no smokes forward after shock.
Wow, he got one though.
Paranoia is going to be sweeping through.
Somehow,
anyway,
he
blinding
got
most
one.
of them. Causing it even though, it's 4v4 as it stands, and Tap
They're pushing.
push
They
forwards.
heard
This is
that step,
Cloud9
though.
Eventually overcooking because Verno.
Yeah, Verno
has got a
heard
bit of
the
a read on
step.
it, but he's just missed the timing onto this one, and the smoke's going to be pushed. Doubled up with the discipline there. Shanum, hard committed, hard stuck into the corner, near sighted as
What?
And finally trying to play themselves in. Cortezia.
What a trade from Vic.
Finally
He's
tonight,
1
but
HP though.
Surely done enough in terms of the damage. Vic, 5 HP and a dream. The tap.
Aspas too patient.
Pulled out.
30 seconds
Aspas
left.
forwards, and now he knows it's not quite the case. Just
Oh,
hold
he
in
risked
for the
it.
repush.
He gambled. He wasn't there.
Vic
He
has been
gambled it.
outstanding for C9 all series, but
With 13 deaths, I mean,
Oof.
that's spectacular, and they've been so important for this team all series long. C9 are going to force, unless they win this round, it's looking pretty unrecoverable.
It's all or nothing. Aspas, here's your time to shine.
Wow.
And listen, handed a multitude of targets to pick
G.
from. And Shanum's happy to
G,
just
13-12.
collapse it after the fact.
On Lotus was their chance.
Quick dodge.
Holy
Flash actually
shit.
just not quite avoided in time here. Cortezia.
Oh, he spun back into it. How's he alive?
How is he alive? Furniture and
Oh
geometry does not
my.
matter. He's still alive, still kicking. MIBR up to 11. The force just
He
not working out
survived
from Cloud9.
that.
It feels like a bit of a collapse at this point. They've got a good hold on towards the A
3 on
side.
A.
Cloud9, at this point, inevitable, they're going to be setting their sights onto it, looking to see if they can clear the way, but Util is going to be used in response of it. And here it is, dash in forwards with that dart, but no clearance into the corner. And Cortezia, you can't be doing this to himself.
Damn,
He's just
that was about to
trying
be a
take
movie.
The time with it, and Zeppa just whips it all the way around. Quick
Damn.
180.
That was about to be a
Spray down in
movie.
order here. 2 players left to stand for
And
MIBR,
somehow
looking
Mitch
to try and
died.
play into this retake.
Damn.
Aspas is still alive though. And Verno has at least the
Surely
salvos
not.
to try and make something of
Not
this.
in this fashion.
Last player standing.
Didn't anticipate Vic already being in heaven.
Okay.
It wanders forward and whoa, what are you doing up here?
Only broken by Net, so it doesn't really tell them the whole picture. Without a drone signifying quite a lot here. We're going to be sending this one flying forwards anytime now.
Cortez has a lot of info walked up down C long. They can keep this stack on A.
Yeah, and here it is. Flash forward to the fault line as well. Bit of spam into the smoke on top of it. Lighting these players up, but Oxy just can't quite spray them down. Still an attempt to flip back in. He's punished. Cloud9.
Cloud9 fighting.
Got every avenue watched for there. An attempt by MIBR to try and defend that one is immediately dismissed.
He gets a kill from heaven. This round's on.
Left down into a 2v4. Pretty similar to a previous round, except that Cortez is in a much nicer spot to make something happen. And it doesn't really look like Mitch is thinking about this.
Timing. Vic just looked away.
He was just watching it.
Just looked away.
In a different direction. Cortezia, what are you going to be doing?
Ult or no?
Put on a bit of a show for us, I
Wait,
think.
the cage helps him TP out.
Reposition, trying to be smart with it. Cover the avenues. Make sure that he's that backup policy lying in wait, and finally tapping away with the Guardian and hand, a bit of precision. And Calm ordered for in the middle of the round. Shane's going to be doing a lot of damage, though, to the economy.
Okay, then.
Stray moments, and hopefully holding on to the rifle of his own.
Kind of a bad situation where you're rooting for...
Sentinels won the Marvel Rivals Championship? You're lying.
MIBR with 4 players stacked over towards A again. I mean, they had the stack in the right place in the previous round.
They did?
But C9 still won. This time, C9 managing to find the weak side of the map.
4-0 sweep against 100
I'm watching
Thieves.
the first half all over again with these 4-1s.
Holy
Start heavy towards A
shit.
2 rounds in a row.
10
then
rivals?
go back 4-1 into
100
C.
Thieves getting dicked down in another game?
I wouldn't believe except
Did I
that
FaceTime
C9 did
Ninja?
actually run it back on Lotus.
It's always that
Dico.
inclination at the back of your mind that it could happen.
Different halves, of course. They ran it back on the defense side.
Here it is, an attempt to try and flood their way back in here. MIBR have bodies and weaving in and out as well. They play Aspas in beautifully. It's able to pick off Oxy, remove one of the rifles from these fights, and out wide here, Vic with a bit of a spray down. It's a mad attempt to try and get some control and coverage in through the back once more. There's Mitch! And he's got another kill.
He pied for a second, I don't care. Screenshot it.
Half a second of pie. Half a second of pie.
No, I can't.
You can go.
All right, I'll do it. Half a mouthful, Oxy up and over, up, drive with the power door up.
Maybe I'll let
He's
you
going to
go
play
for a
Storm out. That's a
second.
full reveal into the back. Shorty in hand. He's going to try and make it go with it. Decapitating Tortizia. Had to mid-gulp in the middle
Tortizia
of
overstepped.
MIBR set up for the retake here. 3 players working back in through garage. Drone realizes there's no one on alert, but Oxy in a position to make the difference.
Oxy!
Step. Beautiful movement.
Oxy!
For a little bit more there with a dash to
He's
disengage.
working them.
Weaving in and out. This is a hard chokehold. Cloud9.
Wow.
Not willing to give
Wait,
up
7?
any section of the site.
11?
And why does it actually feel like C9 are going to run this one all the way back? I mean, MIBR are thinking about saving already.
But did we pay out already?
Backing off over towards small. No matter
Does anyone
how
know
much
which mod
resistance
paid
there
out
is,
early?
they're able to get
That
in
was
onto the
silly.
site and win a post
I could have called a C9 comeback from a
This
mile
fourth
away.
round is
get into nice positions.
And danger zone now is Aspas and Tart. Oh, it's gone way past as well, so he can take a
One round
here. Rolling Thunder. Where's that one going? Straight through into garage. He just tanks a drone shot. A lot of patience being played by Aspas there, but still dash to the side of Oxy. Oh my god, he's already in your spot.
All right, answer now. Answer now.
Shorty.
I'm not going to wait all day. Tell me now. Are you in or you out?
Finally denied and finally shut off.
You said you didn't want Mitch to get tricky with it, but that is a nice call on the set play.
No,
They
that
send
was
a
awesome.
dart all the way back
Holy
to
shit.
clear this area behind garage window. See that no one's there. Oxy's then dashing up through garage, pathing all the way behind to catch the stunned players back C. And it's Aspas with an operator there. Can't do anything when stunned up with
What's
that
worse,
op.
the early payout or the
Very pretty
sweet?
stuff from C9.
Yeah, that was gorgeous.
Oh,
set
my
play to
250K
bring out.
back? Bitch,
I
you don't
can't
have
be mad about
250K
that
to
one.
lose.
I did
Wake
say
up,
that
buddy.
I didn't want him to get too tricky, but that one was, beautifully
Deal?
well
They said deal.
orchestrated.
They said
And
deal.
also,
Chat, they said deal.
If at
If
any point
C9
you're
bring it
going to
back,
run a strategy like that, it would be
they
best
tweet
to
on
do
my
it
account.
straight out
But
of
if
the
MIBR
timeline.
win, I
Because
tweet
you
on
stop them
theirs.
from being able to run their adaptation.
It's locked and loaded, chat. I need you guys
Brain
thinking. I need you guys
destroyer.
thinking.
It is.
I need you guys
That one
thinking.
is the brain
Any
destroyer.
ideas from you guys?
You need an Aspas round to close this game out. Get MIBR up to 12.
So they put a stop to it. It's a rolling thunder, and immediately,
Yes!
look at that. Aspas
Yes!
bounces. Verno by his side.
Get your Twitter ready, C9.
You said it, Mimi. You need an Aspas round, something to really set the momentum back
Oh,
on MIBR.
you guys are about to get
They've been
fucked.
losing grip so far in this half.
Has to be net now. A chance.
We
here
haven't
mid.
been relevant since the Boston Major. Everyone is
Poking
fucking.
and prodding for
No,
now.
we can't
Yeah,
curse.
not confident
We
enough
have to be
actually go
reasonable.
for
We have to
that
be
one.
reasonable. But we're
Maybe
gonna
wondering
make
if
sure
there
they
was a trick
regret
that he was
this.
going to meet, but
We
I
can't
think he
curse,
heard it
but
at
we're
that
gonna
point.
make sure they regret taking this deal.
Didn't want to take the timing through the doorway though. Cam above on the door frame. And he's content at this point to just try to dismantle what's going on the other side of the map.
Aspas was quick to try and rotate away from this one here, narrowly avoiding most of the stuns coming his way, but 37 seconds left. This is going to be a quick pivot. Call for by Cloud9. Ned doesn't actually have too much space here when he's making this call.
They saw a breach in Jet there, know it's likely to be the Cypher site on C, but still MIBR have good tools to win a retake here in the 5v3.
I need a few more picks though.
Just restate the period at this point. Nah, it's not good
this
enough.
one here already. The salvo's going to be used.
Top it.
Straight out net.
Get him now.
Be careful. Not really avoiding most of this one, but stunned up and straight through the wall here. And here he is, fast onto the flank. That's Shaynum. Looking to try and put a stop to this one. Not a spike did go down, but they keep applying through the back. Shepard wins. Critical.
Shepard wins as I go bald.
He's got a lot more to do, and against Aspas. Improbable.
Chat, we need tweets from C9 account. We need ideas. We need something.
Again at the beginning of this round. He was stunned up mid-air from the breach.
We fell off after Tarik left. It's just not enough. It needs to be
for a chance like
better.
This. Looking for a few more as well. This is Cloud9 getting a little
Holy
bit too
shit,
aggro.
they haven't won a round since you took that. Wait.
Vic trying to hold that one down. Wasn't he stunned in the midst of all of that still?
Holy shit, they haven't won a round since you took that. I ain't gonna say it.
Eventually will fall. Cleaned up.
But Bren, the C side is open in all that chaos. C9 will get a post plant here.
I'm down to include Sentinels. I'm down to include myself. It just has to be
It's going to be
funny.
used to try and clear out a way in through garage.
Down to include Rossi as well,
Down, you
if
can
it's
play
funny.
off site if you want to, and it looks like that's a call going to be made here by Cloud9. Everybody playing down to long.
Yeah, they're falling off site because of the lack of smokes, but Mitch has full breach util, so they could actually want to fight back into this.
Could get dangerous.
No cages on Cortesia.
Time's not ticking too hard just yet. Updraft up, it's a high ground perch, but Oxy's immediately
ripping
heads clean off. And he wants even more. It's dash, proct, anticipating a swing from a specific type of angle, and Aspas so wants to deliver it still. It's getting away from him now. Flash, util, it's in abundance here for Cloud9 from the brink, despite the two-player disadvantage.
On a C hit.
Go back to what was working for him. Updraft away from the trip, TP forwards into that smoke on top of it. Full evacuation from MIBR. Seppa with the plant, nothing to push it back.
Planted.
A lot of tension in the air here, a couple of pot shots flying forwards, but now with a util. It's more concrete effort here from MIBR to see if they can lay claim. Dikes up, section most of this side here. Cartesian, right
This kid's going crazy!
He's on the lead!
Oh my god,
Cloud9 just will not die!
This guy just turned into
Whenever
Thanos!
this team is under pressure,
Holy
he's
shit!
the man to deliver. Going toe-to-toe
What is
with
that
the duelist
second
people call
kill?
the GOAT. And delivering a blade storm round to himself. My god! Those shots were too clean.
I was expecting a massive
my God,
pop-off
he's
there from
feeling it
Oxy,
so
and
hard.
he does go for the pop-off, but then he's immediately locked back in. They've had Cortesia holding C on his own. Now Aspas comes over, but he's alone. Can he stop the tide of Cloud9?
Slow, slightest of windows. That's a tag onto Oxy. A few more straight bullets. Might even collect another one. 140, 10 HP. Oxy going to be thinking twice about this one, and there's more time for rotates on top of it. So MIBR shore up the defense, bring up the barricades. But now they've got to withstand most of this util coming their way. Oxy,
Oh my
Oxy!
god. No
Set up for
fucking
success.
way, brother!
Mitch might be sitting at the bottom, but the util was
We're gonna
perfection.
lose.
And still an attempt to flood in by MIBR. They want to go for it. It's quirky with the movement, but have committed at best. They're just not really trying to lay claim in through the back of the site, but finally,
Planted.
here they come. Shaynum, Cortesia, expecting something. Mitch from the side, out of nowhere. And Cloud9 find the 11th.
Ow!
The man who came into this half,
God.
pied, shows up and drops a massive
How has
2K
this
to keep
happened?
his team in it.
One last chance for MIBR in regulation. Can they close out this series? Or is it going to be going to OT? Cloud9 slow and steady. Cautious beginning. Orb's going to be given up here, so Verno earns himself the ult. Everybody walking up past this lurking smoke. That's going to be dissipating. Idiot step just a one before the instantaneous trade-off. Now you're seeing it. Neural
Oxy's died.
giving a bit of a indicator of what's going on, and then narrowly avoiding instant defeat.
I think he took a tick of the damage there, didn't he? So he was probably only a frame or two away from dying.
And here comes the pivot option, straight for a B. It's a new look for Cloud9. Most of his rounds have been ending on C. Still, reveal
he hit
Mitch is
his
going to be
trip
leading
for
the
a
chance for his team,
second.
trying to get in there. There's no pushback from MIBR.
And there's no smoke for the retake either.
Oh my good. Oh my
just trying to
gracious.
Find positions to try and play this retake from, but split up across the board.
You have to look to Aspas in garage.
He's going to be taking a peek soon enough. Mitch, a timing to be taken, but he's got his head on a swivel. Both of them trying to hold this one in through the back. That's Victor's trying to narrowly avoid most of that, but stunned up here. Barrel. So Aspas trying to bait the shot as well to try and favor himself in a setup for the fight. And even with that whip setup, Sepa somehow misses it. This is being stuck all the way, surely.
Another C9 choke! Another one! Get those ideas flowing in the chat. What do you guys got? That's 2 chokes in a row, dude!
All of the wind just taken out of Cloud9 sails at the very end. Bitter disappointment after they ran it all the way back. I mean, look at Vic at the end there. Head in his hands. And Oxy, what a performance he put on individually.
C9, get your ass ready.
Band for band.
Chat, what do we got?